What's up, all you beautiful people? It's your boy, the Vuvuzlea. It is Vuvuzlea Victory Challenge. It is an opportunity to make it to the FA Cup final, as well as the semi-finals of the Champions League. All that awaits us is a date with West Ham and Sunderland. Champions League and FA Cup Sunderland. With that being said, ladies and gents, just a quick little announcement. I feel like this might be the end run of the Vuvuzlea Victory Challenge. I think it's a great time to end it. I know we've been on a little bit of a hiatus. We haven't had a video for 2 weeks. It's been a bit crazy on my end. Been struggling to just record and get everything out there for you guys. So I apologize for that. I'm happy to be back though. And don't worry though. If the Vuvuzlea Victory Challenge is ending this week, I do have something else planned that I want to do. It is a challenge that I saw a couple of days ago that I think might be a very fun challenge for me to try. You know what? I'll be honest with you guys. I'm getting a little bit bored of the Vuvuzlea Victory Challenge. I feel like we've entered a spot now, especially in these long run series, where it just gets a little bit repetitive and a little bit tiresome, especially for you guys to keep watching. So hope you guys have enjoyed it. And those that have watched all 120 odd episodes, I really appreciate every single one of you guys. For now, though, let's get into it. Run that intro. What's happening, you lovely, lovely people? It is the Vuvuzlea Victory Challenge. We're back after a little bit of a hiatus. Eh? I mentioned it all in the opening video. If you missed that part, then you know we've been on a hiatus. With that being said, ladies and gents, we've got Champions League football for you guys. Now, I thought I had recorded the previous Champions League games, which I didn't, and realized that I didn't actually post them. So we'll go through those games in a bit. But we've got Champions League football and we've got FA Cup action semi-finals coming up. In terms of the Premier League, we're 10 points clear with just 6 games left of the season. A huge, huge goal difference in 35 goals between us and Chelsea. We've already guaranteed top 4 place finish. I'm happy with this, how it's landed, how we've sorted. We look at the assists. Lamine Yamal, Amuda, and Vida, the top 3 with 15, 14, and 13. Top goal scorer in the league with 25 goals, Lamine Yamal. And Barroso and Lamine Yamal, the best averaged players as well. Conceding-wise, we have conceded quite a few little goals, but it looks like we are going for back-to-back Premier League champions. That's not what I'm interested in. What I am interested in is the Champions League. And this is what happened in the Barca game, because that's what we took on, was Barcelona. First game, it wasn't the way we expected it to go. It was a 2-1 defeat. They scored their first 2 goals in the 14th minute. Lamine Yamal, the former Barca man himself, came up clutch to pull that one important, and I'm going to emphasize how important that one goal actually is. It was a huge, huge boost for us, because in the second game, Lamine Yamal stepped up yet again. 2 goals in this game. We absolutely destroyed Barcelona, only limiting them to 5 shots, 3 on target. They changed their formation. It played in our favor. Francis Moody picked up a long-term injury, but that's fine. A bit of a fringe play. He came on as a sub, and then we had to take him off again. But we did absolutely fantastic. Lamine Yamal scoring 2 goals within 11 minutes of each other, putting us into the finals, or semi-finals rather, of the UEFA Champions League, and the quarterfinals rather, and we're taking on West Ham in today's games. Elsewhere, in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, we beat Tottenham 5-3 after extra time. It was 2-2 at half-time. They scored in the 91st minute to equalize it at 2-2. They then went on to score the first goal in extra time, making it 3-2. In the second half of second time, we absolutely upped the ante. Romero, Sam Hunt, and Leighton Albrighton putting in the 3 goals that put us into the semi-final of the FA Cup. Within the league, though, we have lost 1 more game in the league. A loss to Leicester, completely against the run of play. Costas Antoniou was unfortunately injured for this game. Iglesias stepped up, didn't play great. None of our players really played great, so we did lose that one. We did beat Sunderland, who were playing in the FA Cup, 5-4. This one, they scored 3 goals in the last 5 minutes of the game. We had pretty much wrapped up the game by 49 minutes. It was sitting 4-1, very comfortable, very chilled. In fact, we were 5-0 up by the 64th minute, and they managed to score 4 goals after we picked up 2 very brutal injuries in this game, with Gutierrez and Titon Bron out injured. Larkin had just come back from an injury. I didn't want to play him. We also then drew with West Ham, who we're playing now in the Champions League, a 1-1. They scored in the 92nd minute. It's been a whole bunch of what-ifs, if this case. And then, of course, last time we were out, Crystal Palace beat them 6-0, as well as beating Fulham 2-1 in the FA Cup. 6-0 drumming. So, like I said, today we're taking on West Ham in the Champions League. A huge game for us, trying to set the pace and make it into the semi-finals of the Champions League. That's what we want. Big news, though, we got to talk about is the fact that Antoniu is still currently injured. He is out basically for the rest of the season. I think he'll come back in the last 2 weeks of the season, so he might make it for the Champions League final, which means Iglesias will continue in goals for us. Elsewhere, Mooney also out. He's out for the rest of the season, out for 2 more months. And Brun almost back to full recovery, but Gutierrez is just not enough to start him in the team today. I am going to go with a tried and tested defense slash striker. Yaya is back from injury, which is absolutely fantastic news as well. So this is the team we're going to go for. It's going to be Iglesias in goals, Elequim, Gross, Yaya, Larkin, Ferreira, Dixon, Amuda, Vida, Barroso, and Lamine Yamal up front. That's what we're going for. That's what we're aiming for. Let's go to the West Ham Stadium. It's the London Stadium. Let's see if we can go pop some bubbles. And we're kicking off with a corner to West Ham. Easily defended, but they still have the second ball, trying to bring it back in with Hawkins. Trying to bring it into the box. Beautifully done from Barroso. Picked it off nicely there. Looking to switch the play across to Amuda. Beautifully done. That was actually an amazing pass. Elequim now loses out. That was poor. Elequim should have done a little bit better there. Let's put pressure back on us now. This is all from the corner. Televosky. Great save from Iglesias. What you love to see. Absolutely love to see that. Amy with the corner. And again, it's cleared. Silla Grant, who's proven to be a little bit of a weapon when it comes to corners for West Ham, especially against us. Back post now, can't get through. Vida now has opportunities to break through with Ferreira now. Got bodies in front of him, finds Amuda, finds Barroso, and couldn't keep it down. Hits it well over the top there. Right, we've got a free kick. And I think it's Vida stepping over it. Barroso stepping over it. Thought Vida was our free kick taker. Barroso comes close, just over the top. We haven't actually managed to score a direct free kick for quite some time, actually. I think since Benjamin Skov days, that's when we were last scoring free kicks. We haven't really been great in that department. We do have good free kick takers in Barroso, Ferreira, Vida. Even Aloha is very good at free kick taking. They just don't seem to hit the target every now and then. We've got a goal kick here. Iglesias is going to go short. No, he's going to go wide. Shortish wide. Lequim gives it away again. Second time he's put the team under pressure now. Amy with the shot hits the crossbar this time. And West Ham are asking a lot more questions than what we are at the moment. Lamine Yamal to Larkin. Yeah. We need to start doing a little bit better in the final third because we're not really causing West Ham any problems. Eloquim again loses out in possession. That's the third time this time, but this time we managed to recover nicely. Gross looking for options. Picks up Ferreira. Looking for Dixon. Nice ball across to Larkin, to Vida. Goes into the middle. Lamine Yamal. Easy save for Victor there. But then we want more of that. More of that nice, beautiful passing, beautiful play. That might be offside. Lahovsky, I think that was offside. He looks like the few players there were offside. Yeah. Looked like 3 or 4 players actually just chilling their offside position from when that header came in. You can see there, 1, 2, 3, 3 players, yeah, all offside. Lewandowski was the easiest one to get to. Not going to count though, but we haven't been good. We have not been good. I think even a goal here might not change my mind that we haven't been good at all. Larkin, Yaya, Gross, finding Ferreira. Goes across to Vida. He's got Lamine Yamal in the box and Dixon on the edge of the box. Back to Vida. Looking for Lamine Yamal. That's number 43. Questions of offsides. I don't think he was offside. I think he was on the right side of the defender with that little tap in. Vida might have been offside, but he wasn't. There we go. I was going to say Vida on the return pass might have been offside. This pass, oh no, he was onside there. He was onside there. But easily, Lamine was way onside. I mean, there was you could fit another human being in between the two of them. It is going to be 1-0 going into the break, possibly. He actually wasn't that close offside, was he? Yeah, but he was onside. He was on. Hopefully going into the break, 1-0 rather. The other Champions League quarterfinal, we've got Arsenal versus Benfica. A lot of English clubs still in the Champions League at the moment. Of course, that has been my goal this season, to win the Champions League. Vida across to Ferreira, looking for Brosso, gets pushed at the back there. That was a direct, that should be a red card for O'Sullivan. He's on a yellow. Give him the red, ref. Give him the red. That was blatant push. He's not gonna get a red for that. He should have gotten a red for that as well. Lamine steps up for the pen. Lamine puts it in the back of the net. That's goal number 44 for the season. That's 2-0 in the Champions League. First leg at the London Stadium. We have been absolutely, I wouldn't say dominant. For the last 10 minutes, we have been much better than what we have been. You can see the match momentum in the middle of the screen. That the sea of green is a lot better. Comes into the box. This time, Barroso manages to bundle it over the net. Gross's header down to Barroso. And it's all falling apart for West Ham just before halftime. A good ball in here from Gross. I don't think he knew much about that assist. They are going to give him the assist, though, but I think it's kind of just bounced off him, really, than anything else. But at halftime, 3-0 after a very, very shaky first half is actually fantastic to see. I'm very, very happy with that. I'm actually going to tell the team I'm very happy with that because they really turned up clutch towards the end of that half. 62,500 fans, 3,125 Liverpool fans in the box in the stadium. Amy's picked up an injury for West Ham. It's all going completely pear-shaped for the London team at the moment. We're coasting. We're absolutely coasting. Going to make some swaps. Larkin is looking tired out there. I am going to bring on Fredrickson, and I'm going to put Yaya at left back. Elsewhere, Dixon not playing great. We're going to bring on Albrighton, who's been performing quite well recently, and Eloquim not playing great either. San Roman come in there. Going to leave the rest of the guys on for a little bit longer, see what happens. Maybe Lamine can get his hat-trick. That would be nice. Or West Ham now with the corner, though, and it's going right at the top from Cedar Grant. Like I mentioned earlier, he has managed to score a couple of good headers from us, against us, rather, Cedar Grant. As we move on towards the latter parts of the second half, Yaya intercepts the header and again, and then gives it again away twice. Laycock, Diaz going over the top, trying to find Seisler, and he does find him. Yaya couldn't stay with him. Carroll loses out to Frederick, wins it back from Frederick, takes the shot. Carroll scores his first goal for West Ham. A bit of a miscommunication there from Fredrickson. He thought he had it. Carroll won it back, and then he just kind of turned it and was like, oh, well, I'm going to shoot. Iglesias maybe should have come a little bit quick off his line. I don't know. It is 3-1. That is a little bit of a lifeline for West Ham. And I'm not liking it too much, I won't lie. They've pushed Hawkins up front, by the way, as a target forward. He's a centre-back. Frederick wins that back nicely. Gross. Ferreira looking for Barroso. San Roman. Beautiful ball to Amuda. Cuts back inside. You know what? We've restored our 3-goal lead. I'm happy again. Alfred Barroso with a fantastic little tap-in finish there. Good ball here initially from Barroso to pick up San Moran and then brings it into Amuda, clearly onside. Behind the ball, Barroso puts it past Victor's net. 4-1 now. That's a 3-goal advantage we have going into the second game of the Champions League. Going to make some more swaps here. Amuda looking very tired. We'll bring on Rojas. Give him a little bit of a run. Elsewhere, Ferreira not looking hundreds. We'll bring on Schaupin to play in there. You know what? Lamine, you can come off. We'll give Sam Hunt a run. We don't have any more subs. I did 3 previously. I thought I did 2. Forgot I took off Eloquim as well. But we'll just do those 2 swaps, give them a bit of a rest. We do have a midweek game in the Premier League. We probably will have a rotated squad in that one. Like I said, with 10 points clear in the Premier League, 6 games left. I don't want to say it, but I think it's pretty much done and dusted in the Premier League. We are fully focused on cup competition right now, and the idea of a treble is lingering in the back of my mind. We still need to get past this West Ham without them conceding another goal. Rather, I kind of don't want to. Velez coming inside takes the shot. I think I jinxed it. Absolutely jinxed it. It now puts them at a 2-goal disadvantage going into the second leg, making me a little bit more nervy going into that second leg. Velez was given so much space here. Just a little bit of a wonder. Takes the shot. I mean, Glaciers had a lot of time to look at that one and pick it up, and he didn't. That's a little bit annoying. It is just a little bit annoying that we conceded a goal like that. But yeah, the full game, 4-2. I'm happy. Going into the second leg will be a little bit better for us. Got a 2-goal advantage. Probably rest up the players for the midweek game. Who are we taking on midweek? Brentford. We'll rest the guys up for Brentford. We will play a rotated squad and then take on West Ham in our next game. We're back, folks, for the second leg of the Champions League. One change from the team that beat them in the first leg, and that is Gutierrez out for San Roman. He is suspended for this game after picking up 2 yellow cards in the competition. Gross is a player that's on the cusp of maybe being suspended for the next game. Sorry, 2 swaps. Gutierrez has come back into the full team squad. Vida drop to the bench for this one. Yeah, in the Liga, we beat Brentford. Was it Brentford or Bradford? Brentford. 7-2. We beat them, absolutely destroyed them 7-2. It was brilliant. Brilliant to see. Absolutely brilliant. Very rotated squad. We're taking on West Ham at Anfield. We've got a 2-goal advantage going into the Champions League quarterfinal second leg. Well, almost 20 minutes in, and nothing much has happened at Anfield. We do have a throw-in now, which San Roman has given away to Salsa, who's now on attack. They have bodies forward. He's finding one of them in Matchesvik. Laycock comes through, and that was a shocking miss from Laycock there. He should have hit the target on that one. Of course, if it stays 0-0, we do go through. West Ham need to score 3 goals in this game to go through without extra time. 2 goals to take it to extra time. Of course, away goals mean nothing. Yaya comes through. Salsa with a cracker of a finish. I think he was onside. The referee is calling for offside. Don't think he was offside. I think he was on. He looked quite on. Referee says no, he was offside. VAR agrees with him. Was he offside? He looked on. Oh, it was just the cut back. That's what I saw from the initial pass. I mean, it went to a different player first and then went to him. I don't know if you can call that offside. That's a bit dodge there. But Amuda with the corner now, looking at the back post for Barroso. He heads it over the top there. Of course, Lamine Yamal is just 2 goals away from breaking or equaling Sam Hunt's record of most goals scored in a season for Liverpool, which he did last season. Sam Roman now looking for Larkin. Go to the back post, looking for Barroso. And an easy save there from Victor. He's also 3 goals away from equaling Erling Haaland's record in the Premier League. So Hopefully he can find 3 goals in the last 5 games in the Premier League. Although he's probably not going to play much in the Prem because we're going to rest him up for Champions League and FA Cup games. But with that being said, he'll probably land up playing 1 or 2. Hopefully he can find the goals. But here he comes, Lamine Yamal. Shoots it a little bit wide. Sorry, he's 6 goals away from equaling Sam Hunt's record. Not 3, it was 3 and 6, yeah. 3 and 6 in all competitions. Goes long to Gutierrez now. Loses on to Chilavosky. Wins it back by Gutierrez. Amuda. This front 4 has been absolutely devastating for most teams in the league today. And Thiago Ferreira stepping up from the midfield with a very big, vital goal in this one. It means now West Ham need 4 goals in this game to try and progress. A beautiful little initial pass here from Amuda. Ferreira completely unmarked in the middle of the box. And you know, 9 out of 10 times he is absolutely going to finish that. He did take a bit of a knock. So I was actually considering taking him off at halftime. He's looking a little bit tired out there. But a goal is a goal. I don't want to risk injuries to players so late in the season as well. Barroso to Lamine Yamal. Trying to find options. Lamine cuts back inside. Ferreira with a second. Ferreira's second, 15th goal of the season. It makes it a bit more difficult because I don't want to take him off now. But if he is slightly injured, I kind of need him for the rest of the season. But if he's going to be scoring goals like that every single time, I kind of don't want to take him off. You know, we might just see how he looks at halftime and maybe keep him on for a few minutes after halftime. He is looking super tired out there, isn't he? And injured. Second half underway, decided to keep Ferreira on. He's been playing very well. He says he's struggling, but he wants to stay on, so we kept him on. He knows his body better than what we know his body. The long throw finds its way all the way deep in our own half. And again now, Larkin pushing forward. He's got Gutierrez on the wing. Lamine Yamal as well. Barroso's... If that counts, that's game, set, and match. We're done. We don't need to worry too much about the West Ham anymore. I think that's not going to count, though. Yeah. See, I didn't celebrate too much. Although 6-2 on aggregate is decent enough. Yeah, he was just a stray offside there, Barroso. But him and Lamine Yamal have been absolutely fantastic. And you know, Romero as well. He's notched up 24 goals, Romero, in his first season with us. You know, brought him in as a backup option, Sam Hunt and Lamine Yamal, both in their 30s. So there were options for younger guys to come in there and try and, you know, help the line up front. Sam Hunt dropped off a little bit this season. Granted, he had 2 major injuries, but Barroso is one that has definitely stepped up this season. He's put the 3rd goal in. He finally gets his goal as well. He's been on superb form. 22 goals this season. And it is that man yet again, Ferreira, setting it up nicely for him. 2 goals and assist to his name today. He has been involved in every single goal at Anfield. And looks like we are taking that next step into the semi-finals of the Champions League. It is a glorious time. I'm going to make that swap now. Ferreira has run the course. He is looking a little bit too tired out there. Absolutely fantastic. Sharpin come in there. Elsewhere, Gutierrez coming back from his injury will bring on Vida to play there. And you know what, Lamine, you have played well, but I'm trying to get Romero onto that 30-goal mark as well. He can come in on that left-hand side. Not his preferred side, but can definitely do the deed when need be on that left. Barroso to Gross. Looking for options. Got Yaya next to him. He does. Of course, Gross, if he gets a yellow card, won't be available for the next Champions League game. Little looping cross in there. Those ones can tend to be a little bit dangerous sometimes if the keeper doesn't read them well. On this occasion, Victor read it very well. Gross easily brings it down back to our goalkeeper, Iglesias. We're going to play it out from the back again now with Gross. Looking for Shalbin. Good ball to Dixon. He's got Vida on the wing. He's got Romero ahead of him as well. Good ball into Vida. The substitutes linking nicely. Back to Dixon. Goes for the little cross shot type thing. Amuda. Little bicycle kick. And hits it well over the top in his attempt to make it 4-0. Esquero. Looking for a consolation goal, if anything, for West Ham. Hits the crossbar and goes out for a goal kick. I say consolation because they need a lot more goals now just to even get anywhere. And they need to score 6 goals in this game. And by the looks of it, they haven't looked like they're ready to score 1 goal, never mind 6. Larkin. Yeah. Anything can happen in football, though. And Amuda now pushing forward. That's fine. Shalbin into the box. Barroso picks up his second of the game. That's his 23rd of the season. That's 8-2 on aggregate. That is game, set, and match officially. There's no way they're scoring 7 goals now. Absolutely not. This is done and dusted. West Ham have fallen at the final hurdle. Anfield proving to be the ultimate fortress when it comes to Liverpool. It's just, and we showed it against Barca where we came back and beat them 2-0. We've come back and beat West Ham 4-0. Well, still lots of time left, I guess. You know what? Let's make some more swaps just to rest some players up. We've got the FA Cup game coming up next. Or you know what? Burrows, Falconbridge come in there. Elsewhere. Larkin looking a little bit tired. We'll bring in Frederick to play on that left-hand side. Let's see how you do on that. No, bring Yaya to play there. Should have actually bring Smart, I think. Smart would have been a better option. They will happen after this corner. Either way, I'm going to do these subs. I think it's inevitable. Josh Price picks up his first goal of the season. Referee says there was an offside from Televoski in front of the goalkeeper. Eventually, the ref said, nah, it's a goal. Don't worry. Let's make those swaps. Was he offside, though? I mean, no, he wasn't. Why did they even stop play for that? That was clearly a goal either way. Like, I don't know. FM manager things. FM manager things. We've got a corner to end the game off. But disappointed we conceded a goal. Would have been nice to have a clean sheet. Amuda. Oh, Burrows, Falconbridge. Almost got his name lit up in lights there to score the 5th goal. We've been dominant. 4-1 decimation of West Ham. Barroso scoring 2. Ferreira scoring 2. Ferreira assisting 1. Amuda assisting 1. Shalbin assisting 1. Yamal assisting 1. It's been absolutely fantastic. Completely push them aside. We're going into the semi-finals. But first, we've got Sutherland to take in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. And we're not going to have Ferreira for that game. He's out for 7 days. I knew I should have taken him off earlier. While Sutherland's coming up in 4 days' time, I'm going to rest up the players. Guys, we're back for the Sutherland game. For the FA Cup game. I'm going with a similar team. You can see everybody's been rested. We're just trying to get as much rest time as possible for the squad. Eliquimingo coming back at right back. It's the only change from the last game. And Shalbin starting because Ferreira was injured and won't be available for this game. Of course, it is at Wembley, the semi-final. So huge opportunity for us to go to a final of an FA Cup where we want to be. Of course, we want to win trophies. And even if it's just an FA Cup, I want to win it. I want to win it all. We already have 1 cup in the bag with the League Cup. Hopefully, we can walk away with an FA Cup as well. And we start off the first highlight 15 minutes in. Jalbin with the throw in to Gutierrez. Back to Jalbin. Back to Gutierrez. To Yaya. Back to Jalbin. Gross. Someone cutting in. Going through. Barroso puts his shot just wide from Amaro's goal. Good first initial strike from us that we've had. Southampton have had a little bit better of the play according to the stats. Haven't seen any on the highlights, so nothing too spectacular. Alberto in the box goes for the header and heads it wide of the goal. That was real frightening there. Jalbin with the throw to Gutierrez. Gets pulled down just outside the box. I don't think that's a penalty. I don't think that was a pen. I think it was just outside, yeah. Had a whole VAR check for that, and it's probably not even going to show. It's going to show us the highlight at least. Play it short, Barroso. Do those shenanigans ones. No, Barroso goes, well, you know what? I don't need to play it short. I'll take a direct free kick spoke about how we haven't scored direct free kicks since the Benjamin Skov days. Barroso steps up and takes a beautiful free kick over the wall at the near post for the Amaros net. Beautifully finished. 1 foot in the finals, albeit still a lot of football left to play in this game. But it is a very, very, very good opportunity to start off this campaign and our hunt for the triple. Gutierrez across. Yaya gets a little touch to it. That's going to be 2. That's now a step further into the finals, where we are going to take on Manchester United. They beat Burnley 5-1 in the other semi-final. So a match against Manchester in the grandest stadium of them all in England, in Wembley, is what is awaiting us right now. Still, like I said, a lot of football left. Still another full half left of football. Sutherland can always pull off a comeback. It is the FA Cup. Anything can happen. Amuda intercepts that cross there, and they've put a lot of pressure on the defense now. Amuda looking for Lamine Yamal, and his header just wide of the target. Of course, we're taking on Arsenal in the Champions League as well, so just full-on English competition all around. It is 2-0 at halftime against Sunderland. We're doing well. I'm happy with how the team is playing. We haven't looked too shaky for the first 10 minutes, but since then we have sort of capitalized and come back as good as ever. It's exactly what you want to see in these sort of situations. You know, cup finals, a lot of pressure on the team, and I'm happy that it's going well. Second half, a little bit slower to start off with. Larkin has a throw before the 60th minute mark. I was going to do some swaps. Thought I'm going to just leave them on for a little bit longer. Eloquim now has possession, goes down in the box. That is going to be a penalty. And that gives an opportunity for Lamine Yamal to catch up to Sam Hunt's all-time goal-scoring record for Liverpool. He will step up to take the penalty. He is our regular penalty kick taker this season. Replaced Ferreira in the penalty kick spots. And there you go, 45th goal. Now he's 6 away. So he was actually 7 away. He's 6 away from Sam Hunt's 51 goals scored in a season. And that is just brilliant from Lamine Yamal. 3-0 up. You know what? We can make those swaps now. We can absolutely make those swaps. Amuda looking a little bit tired. We'll bring on Arton Rojas to get a little bit more game time. Vida can come on as well for Gutierrez. Elsewhere, Eloquim on a yellow. We'll bring on San Roman. Don't want to risk him too much. And then, you know what? Paul Brighton can come on for Dixon as well. Give some of the younger guys a bit of a run in the FA Cup. They've had most of the games in the FA Cup. Of course, during crunch time, though, I really want to win it. So, had to play my strongest possible team. And we're doing well, guys. 3-0 up. I'm happy. I'm a very, very happy man when it comes to the scoreline, and definitely looks like it will be a Liverpool versus Manchester United FA Cup final. So that's something guys can look forward to. That'll be great, hey? Look at this. Time running out. Done 7 minutes of extra time. It's going to come and go with no more incidences. That's it. It's done. Very boring second half. The game was done and dusted. We didn't need to bother. Barroso picked up a slight knock. I hope that's not a long-term injury for Barroso. Oh, that's not good. That's not. How long is he out for? Barroso. 3 days. Okay, that's not too bad. That is not too bad, of course. We are coming back for the Champions League semi-final against Arsenal. 2 games for that one. I think if we don't make it to the UEFA Champions League final, we'll do the FA Cup match as well in that video and then just end off the season. However, if we do, we'll have the UEFA Cup final and League FA Cup final. I might just record us winning the trophy as well and just show it in that one, even though we're probably going to win it against, well, we can win it against Arsenal at home. Yeah, that could be the potential time we win the trophy, or at Everton, which would be even greater at Branley Moore Dock Stadium, their new stadium, which would be just a cherry on top, I think, for that one. We'll see you guys then. Well, we've made it to 2 finals. Well, one semi-final, one final. We've got one more huge opposition in the Champions League, and that is the Arsenal. We could also potentially wrap up the league as well. And the hunt for the treble is definitely on. All we've got is Manchester United waiting for us in the FA Cup final, Arsenal in the semi-finals of the Champions League, potentially then either Manchester United or Real Madrid in the Champions League final. It's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave that like, leave a comment or two. We'll see you again next time. Peace. Chicken grease.